Hi. I've been working with some tea bags lately this week and the last couple weeks, and I want to share with you some of the projects that I created from used tea bags. I have a couple of little journals. I started out making one and then it got a little too thick, so it ended up making two. So they're very similar. They have leather-like covers and ring bindings, rhinestone closures, and little bead and bracelet closures on them. So they're similar in size and design, but very different in images inside. So I'll go through each one. They'll be listed in my Etsy store separately. So here we go. Just lift off the little elastic bracelet, and it's all the size of tea bags. I think it's like 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and the cover has a little lace pocket, the little journal card inside. It's kind of lined with some muslin. And I thought a long time on how to bind this after I had created it. So the only way that it would work, I had about 4 or 5 different bindings on them, but just wasn't working out. So I made the ring binding for it. And it has some papers, and I had to reinforce the pages again so that it would turn quite easily with the tea bags. So there's tea bags and pages too. So just kind of live a little journal. Now this is one of the tea bags. It is folded back, creates a pocket. It's got little embellishments of lace and flower. Has a little tag tucked inside. And then when you turn the page, it's printed on the tea bag. So this is your tea bag right here, tea bag page. So then I printed different images on the tea bag. So then we have a journal page and then another tea bag page. And it just kind of goes through the book. Every tea bag page has a little image journal card inside and some embellishments. This one has fabric on it. A sewing machine. 2 journal pages here. This is another piece of the little leather creating a pocket. There's a little tricycle on this page. Little tag in this pocket. Everything is coffee dyed or inked. Give it an aged look. But it's very small. Tea bag size. It's another pocket, some embellishment of fringes and lace, and this one has a vintage car. All the details will be listed in the Etsy ad. And because they're so similar, you'll have to kind of read or look at the imagery to make sure you know which one has the images and cards in it that you like. This one has a bird. And this one has a vintage lady. This has a flip out, so there's a little extra journaling space here. It's old book page hinge. And this is the back page, then has a little journal card in the lace. So the lace just sticks out a little bit along the edges. And the ring binding has some beads on them. And I tried to do the silver rings that I had. They just looked a little too new, or just, so it didn't have was kind of going for a little worn vintage look. So I made my own rings for on the binding. So that is that one. And this one has a little more of a beaded, more beads on, it's just beads on the bracelet is what it is. Kind of glittery, I guess I'm trying to say. And this one has a different bead in the center. So I decided to do that. Then I go, what kind of beads do I have? So it's kind of, to really have a lot of beads. And this has the lace pocket inside too, and it's, like I said, they're very similar in design, but the imagery is different. This one has trees, and it has little lace set in the fold back of the tea bag. This one is a little window. little bird. So has some embellishment on the card with some beads. It's an owl. So I got my hands all covering everything. And some embellishment and some gauze and a little tag, some fabric on the edge, and there's a bird printed on that. Printing on the tea bag, like I said, this was kind of a first for me, so it takes quite a while to learn the new techniques, and I really enjoyed it. So, but like I said, it's just kind of a little art piece, I guess you'd call it. But you can journal in it and write down little quotes or memories or favorite things, boyfriends' names. It says a cupid. This one's a carriage. And then another fold out on the back page of this one too. And there's a little travel tag in there. And that's the back. The bracelet is kind of connected onto the ring binding. And it just slides around and slips on the button. So those are my two little journals. They'll probably be called leather tea bag journals, 1 and 2. And also I've been creating some tea bag cards. These are on the Etsy store already. And they kind of have, they all look like this that are on the Etsy store. They come pinned on a card, and I'll kind of show you here. Take that off. Just a tea bag, some leather and burlap, and a little ball pin holding a little charm with a button and some fabric layered on and an image. So that's one, and it'll come, there's some paper for the tea bag tab, and they'll come pinned onto this little tea card. So that's how that'll go. And it can go in a journal, or you can use them as bookmarks. This one has more of a lavender. Little tag stuck in the pocket on that one. And this one has some fringing of fibers and a little beaded bead. Glass bead. On a ball pin. And the back has some music notes and some music notes on there. And this last one is kind of has the teal colors and a little tea bag on the back with some lace, a little dangle on a ball pin, button, some embellishments. Now it comes on your tea card. And all the tea cards are stamped with a teapot on the back and have kind of two matching paper clips on them. So that is what I've been working on for the past couple weeks. And it's tea bag art. It's very fun for me. And printing on the tea bags was a little bit of a challenge for me. Once I get an idea of something I want to do, then I just kind of focus on figuring out how exactly I want to put it together and how I want to display it and what I want to have for a purpose. So I thank you for watching. Bye.